So welcome everybody. Good afternoon. As Eileen mentioned, my name is Marta Millar and I'm the representative for the University of Freiburg, speaking about liberal arts programs and English top degree programs in Germany. I'm going to primarily focus on Uni Freiburg for obvious reasons, but I'll quickly touch on a few other options as well today. So first of all, you might be asking, where is Freiburg? We're a city located in southwestern Germany in the state of Baden-Württemberg. You can see on the map here that we're very close to France and Switzerland, and I'll talk a little bit more about how that plays into your study experience later. Freiburg is known for being the sunniest city in Germany. We have the best weather. You might have also heard of some things from the region near Freiburg because we are the capital of the Black Forest, or the large city in the Black Forest region, and lots of people tend to visit before they want to go hiking or exploring that area. Some typical things you might have seen in Freiburg or that have come from Freiburg include cuckoo clocks and Black Forest cake. So if you've heard of those, then you at least know a little bit about our region. Here's some photos from around the city. So if you come to be a student at Uni Freiburg, this is what you could expect while you're walking around between classes. These are all from the Innenstadt, or the inner city, and the old part of the city. And in the lower middle part of the screen where you can see this big brown cathedral, that's the Münster. So this is one famous symbol of Freiburg. And to the left of it, you can also see this tiny little water canal. There are a bunch of these that run through the streets of Freiburg and are very charming and popular throughout the city. They're known as the Bächle. So these are some famous sites that you could see on your day-to-day life as a student. So I'm going to speak about the university, of course. So the University of Freiburg, Uni Freiburg, or Albert Ludwigs Universität Freiburg, as it's known in Germany, is one of the oldest in Germany. We were founded in 1457. We're a full university, so you can study almost any subject that you'd be interested in. But some of our strengths include medical sciences, renewable energy, and environmental studies, because Freiburg is a very green city, a very environmentally friendly city. So we have a lot of research in these areas. But other fields include engineering, economics, and theology. And here in the picture, you can see a photo of one of the main buildings on the campus. So I'm going to talk to you about University College Freiburg specifically. This is a program for recent high school graduates who are interested in attending Freiburg for their bachelor's degree. And it's a very special program. So University College, or UCF, is a small liberal arts and sciences college within the University of Freiburg. So all of Uni Freiburg has about 25,000 students on campus, and UCF includes just 300 students. So it is a very selective program, and it's the first of its kind in Germany to offer a 4-year degree program totally taught in English, focused on liberal arts and sciences. So this idea of liberal arts and sciences is a bit similar to what you find here in the US, or also at some Dutch universities, where you focus on not just your specific subject area, not just what you're majoring in, but you take classes in other areas like sciences or the arts or humanities, regardless of what your major is. So you get a broader understanding of the world, a broader scope of the world, and take this kind of interdisciplinary approach to problem solving. So that's what's new and special about our program. Like I mentioned, it's totally taught in English, and each class includes an international cohort of around 60 to 80 students. So only about 12 to 15 of those are typically Americans. You really have this chance to meet people from all over the world. And here you can see a photo of the buildings that the UCF students typically take classes in. I'm going to talk about the experience as a student now. So as I mentioned, it is a 4-year program. In your first year, your freshman year, you have these foundational courses that all students take regardless of major. These include thinking across disciplines, writing skills, maybe data analysis, and a few different core classes that are essential to the program. But of course, then you also pick your major. So the 4 majors you can take within the UCF program are history and culture, governance, life sciences, and earth and environmental sciences. Throughout your next 3 years, you have a chance to take electives and courses throughout the university, to study abroad, to do internship experiences, to do research experiences. In pursuing your major, you can continue to take classes within UCF. So all of those courses will be offered in English, and you can see some examples of courses we've had in the past, which include things like understanding the causes of Brexit, or global health, or queer pop culture. So there are a lot of different and interesting courses you can take with your fellow classmates. But you also, of course, can take classes throughout Uni Freiburg. I would just note that, of course, some of these might only be offered in German. Of course, in normal times, you have the opportunity to study abroad. You know, if you're moving to Germany to go to UCF, that's already an international experience if you're based here in the US, but that doesn't have to be the end of your international college experience. Here you can see our students around the world, in London, in Beijing, in Moscow, and in Venice. And UCF has some key partner programs with the Shire Honors College at Penn State here in the US, as well as with the University College Maastricht. That's in the Netherlands, and they actually have a really cool program where if you go there for your junior year, and then you get a degree from both University College Maastricht in the Netherlands and University College Freiburg. Additionally, Freiburg benefits from being in this region with the borders so close to France and Switzerland. We're part of the OICO network, which is a European network of 5 campuses, 2 in Germany, 2 in France, and 1 in Switzerland. And then as a student at the University of Freiburg, you have the option to take courses at any of these other places during the semester. So you could live in Freiburg and easily commute to Strasbourg in France or Basel in Switzerland and have a class there for a semester. So it's a great opportunity to kind of internationalize your experience and draw on all these resources within this region. Freiburg is also part of the Epicure network, which is a relatively recent network founded between European Union universities. So that includes all of the ones you see here except for Basel, but also includes universities in Poland, Austria, Greece, and the Netherlands. So you could also take virtual classes at those universities as well as an Uni Freiburg student. Going to hit on the application process now. So if you wanted to apply for University College Freiburg, you'd apply typically after you'd finish high school here. The application period is between June 1st and July 15th. And so what do you need? You need your high school diploma, you need a resume or CV with your list of like activities and job experience, a personal statement, a TOEFL test if you're not a native English speaker, and a study orientation test. In terms of the personal statement, there are guidelines, of course, on the website, but one thing American students in particular should think about is explaining why they want this liberal arts and sciences education. Since it's similar to your experience in the US at American universities, a lot of American students, or applicants, tend to gloss over this point, and I've been told it's really important to explain why do you want to take courses in multiple areas, why are you interested in this approach to your education, and why UCF appeals to you. In addition, the study orientation test, I'll just clarify what that is. For UCF, as well as for some of our other programs, University of Freiburg has online modules that you can do to learn more about the program and do quick quizzes to understand what kind of classes you take, what kind of interaction you have with professors, and maybe job options or what life is like in Freiburg. So I'd encourage you, no matter what, to explore those modules to learn a little bit more about the program, but also know that you just have to complete a certain number and print out a certificate that said that you did some of these modules as part of your application. And that's not to test your knowledge about Uni Freiburg. Rather, it's just to show that you like critically have thought about why you want to apply to the program and are seriously considering what it would mean for you. So I mentioned that the program is in English. So what you don't need to apply is a fluent knowledge of German. I think by the end of your second year, you have to have some knowledge of German at the A2 level, but obviously if you're living in Germany and taking courses there and interacting with German students and German people every day, it'll be pretty easy to achieve that level. And there are plenty of courses for international students too to help you work on your conversational German or your German skills for day-to-day life. The program is fairly competitive. We take about 10 to 15 Americans per year. So if you apply, you would receive an acceptance letter in mid-August, and then you start classes in mid or late October. I'll quickly talk about cost of living. So it's around 750 euros per month, and that includes housing. So it's relatively cheap, especially compared to even other German cities or American universities. And as far as tuition and fees, the fees are about 155 euros per semester. And then the state of Baden-Württemberg also charges 1,500 euros per semester for non-EU citizens. But again, that's relatively affordable. So I just want to do a quick poll as well right now, where we typically offer some virtual open houses. So these are with current students and current professors, and you could learn a lot more about the program. There'll probably be some in the spring, but they're also interested in seeing if we do any this fall. So I just wanted to bring that up. If you could just give me some feedback about that. I'm going to keep talking, but just again, if you could indicate whether or not you'd be interested in that. So another program is Lifano University of Lüneburg. So this is another bachelor's program. This is a 3-year program. You could study liberal arts within the university if you do the Studium Individuale. That's taught in English. It's a little bit similar to UCF in that you have core classes that focus on that subject during your first year, but then you have time during the next 2 years to kind of reach out and explore other options. The application deadline, just like UCF, is July 15th, and you need many of the similar components of the application, but you should also send your application to UniAssist, which helps process international applications to German universities, and I think DAD could give you more information about that. Okay, so we also have some, Jacobs University in Bremen. So Jacobs University is a private university in Germany, so the tuition costs are more comparable to what you'd expect at a US university. This is also a 3-year program, but they do focus a lot on attracting international students, so they have lots of courses in English, I think all of them actually. Here you can see different areas of study, which include mobility, health, and diversity. And the application timeline is a little bit different than the other two because they're geared towards this international audience. They follow both American and German deadlines. So you can start to apply for early decision or early action in November 1st, and it uses the Common App. But they continue with rolling admission for international students all the way through July 20th. So similar to the other German universities. You'll receive an application decision in 4 to 6 weeks, depending when you apply between November and July. So going back from my pitch for Uni Freiburg though, why should you attend Uni Freiburg? We are one of the top universities in Germany and the world. We consistently rank within the top 100 universities on the Times Higher Education list. We've had 22 Nobel Prize winners come from Uni Freiburg, over 500 years of excellence. The cost of living as a student is very affordable, and there's lots to do within the city for students. And you can study where others vacation, in the sunniest city in Germany, in the heart of the Black Forest, so close to so many other European countries. Great, thank you.